I'm Lesley Fallowfield and I'm a Professor of Psycho-Oncology. I'm also the Director of a Health Outcomes Research Group called SHAWSEA, which is based at Brighton and Sussex Medical School. During the British Festival of Science this year, I'm going to be talking about risk and uncertainty in breast cancer treatments. It might seem fairly obvious that if you have a diagnosis of breast cancer, you obviously want the best possible treatment, and most people would assume that that would be surgery, perhaps some radiotherapy, and then other drugs such as hormone treatments or chemotherapy. Now, you don't necessarily need all of those things. And because we've made some great advances in understanding the biology of cancer, of breast cancer in particular, we're better able to predict which patients are most likely to need different types of treatment. And what many of our clever, fancy scientists have now done is develop tests where you look at a little piece of breast cancer tissue in the laboratory, and you can establish how likely those cancer cells are to recur, and therefore give people a risk prediction. So if you have this fancy test, you could tell somebody that they are at high, at intermediate, or at low risk of the cancer returning. And obviously the people who are at high risk and those that are at intermediate risk probably are the ones that you want to target your chemotherapy at. But why give it to somebody who's low risk, who won't benefit at all from the chemotherapy because their tumour is very low risk, and all they will experience is the harms, the nasty side effects associated with chemotherapy. So during my talk, I'm going to talk a little bit about breast cancer treatments, only a tiny bit about that, but I'm going to try and challenge the audience with thinking about their attitudes to risk, to imagine different situations where, if they were given different risk predictions, what their behaviours might be. I think the British Festival of Science is always an incredibly exciting event because it exposes people to the best in British science. That's what it's meant to be, all be about. And I think Brighton can be particularly proud to be hosting it because we have got some A-class scientists who are going to be talking about difficult, strange, unusual things that perhaps people wouldn't normally read about or see on the television. They'll also be seeing some of the state-of-the-art stuff that's going on in the area. So I'm very excited about it. The range of things that are being offered is incredible. It's just a pity that there aren't enough hours in the day for me to include a lot of them alongside all the work I'm doing.